Hello, Barmy Badger Army. For the next 10 minutes, I'm going to tell you some fun stories, some silly jokes, and some fun, weird stand-up. Now, this is the Kitchen Comedy Club, and if you like this and you think we should do more, hit me up in the comments, and I'm hopefully going to premiere this, so it should be loads of fun. Now, I'm going to talk to you about a story that involved me, the boss, and a trip to the O2. Now, what happened was, so I was nervous as anything. This is probably a big date that we're going on, and I was nervous as anything. So there's some subtext for you. I was all gelled up, which looked terrible, apparently, I'm reminded of. Thanks, boss. And, of course, I'm all suited and booted. So we go all the way to the O2 for this really fun burlesque show. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And it was at a time when I'd never been to a burlesque show before. I was very nervous. So then we're like, oh, what shall we have? Let's have this massive Chinese. There was a buffet there, yeah? So we go to this really cool Chinese and we think, oh, yeah, let's pick the buffet. Because it was a good value. We didn't have that much money at the time. So we went for it. And we're eating away and think, oh, yeah, it's delicious. And we're there for a good 45 minutes. You know, nice restaurant, good vibes. We enjoyed it. Come away. 20 minutes later, we're getting near the start of the show. My stomach goes blah, 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 blah. You think, oh dear, this is not good. And then what happened is I had to scurry to the toilet. So I do the thing, and then all of a sudden, I thought, ooh, but no, I'm all right, I think. So we do that. And then the boss goes, oh, my tummy's a bit rough too. Blah, 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 blah. And you think, oh dear. But she was okay. So we just moved on. We thought, oh, maybe it was just my nerves, you know. I was quite honest. I said I was a bit nervous going up London, all that sort of stuff. And we settled down for the show. Now, about half an hour in, I projectile vomit over a lady's hair. You'd think she would turn round and moan at me, have a go, and be annoyed, wouldn't you? But she proceeded to just watch the show. So I then spend about half an hour to 45 minutes randomly picking out bits of projectile vomit from this woman's hair. That was gross and did not go down very well with everyone. And I'm still reminded of this story quite recently. In fact, there's a vlog on it if you care to look it up. Here's a joke for you. Where do you put criminal sheep? Behind bars. Oh dear. Right, now, there's a quick story for you. On my 40th birthday, obviously I got rather sozzled. And the boss bought me this massive Costco cake. I, of course, get really drunk. And for some reason, am allowed in charge of the cake. Now, this did not go down very well. As 5 minutes later, I scurry along and end up smearing it. I fell over and ended up smearing the whole cake all over the kitchen floor. I'm now vigorously reminded of this a year later. That did not go down very well. Here's some random family stories for you. My brother, God rest his soul, was given vats and vats of baked beans. They were known to like baked beans and toilet roll. No connection there, hey. But apparently, I hate baked beans with a passion. They love them, I hate them. The smell is gross, and the sauce and all that just looks like brains, which is very disgusting. So they really would constantly annoy me and put baked beans on my plate, and it drove me mad to tears and would really constantly wind me up something wrong. And then you fast forward nearly 30 years later, and I did that godforsaken baked bean Weetabix challenge to conquer my fears. And you know what? I was nearly sick and cried then too. Here's another quick family story. So, for some reason, my family decided, you know, we went up London. Perhaps we caught a show or something like that. I don't remember. But I remember us going to this restaurant. And for some reason, my brother started flicking peas at my mum. And then she flicked peas back. And then, of course, one ended up going down the waitress's top and her skirt. And then that proceeded with chaos because then my dad started to flick peas everywhere, and so did I. And this waitress was none the wiser. And all sorts of weird and wonderful hijinks happened there, which was very bizarre. Oh dear. But yes, here's a good one for you. Oh dear. Why was the duck arrested? Because it was suspected of foul play. Oh dear. And here's another joke for you as well. How do comedians like their eggs? They like them funny side up. But yeah, here's another story for you, which I thought was fun. Me and my old friend used to go clubbing a lot, as you well know. And we're at this alternative club, and we're waiting ages and ages outside. And all of a sudden, he turns around and says, right, you're Hulk Hogan, and I'm The Undertaker. And I'm like, okay. So we're battling it out, pretending to punch each other and all that sort of stuff. And then all of a sudden we get a bit of a crowd all watching. Yeah, you think this is great. And that's fantastic, right? Is it? All of a sudden, everyone in the queue starts joining in, and it turns into this massive fake Royal Rumble. And you're like, what? Luckily, no police or anything like that were called. For some reason, we just got lucky. All of a sudden, just dusted ourselves off after beating the absolute heck out of each other and went into the club. Fantastic. But yeah, that was a really silly situation, never to be repeated. And here's another weird story about choke slams and The Undertaker. So obviously, at the time, I was very new to drinking. I went out clubbing, and this man dropped his phone down the toilet. I mean, back in the day, phones were expensive for what they were, even brick Nokias. So he's dropped it down the toilet, right? I proceeded to laugh. I don't know why, but my brain told me it was funny because he weed all over his phone. I think, oh no, just wash my hands, walk off. And then I exit the toilet and then realise, why am I up in the air? The man choke slams me, lifts me up, and then my friend at the time went, please put him down, as I'm like, oh God. Yeah, luckily, I was let go, falling to the floor, dusting myself off, of course, and then found out I was banned from every club in Romford for about 6 months. Yay! That was terrible. But fun at the same time. At least it gave me a lot of time at home with my mum and dad. But yeah, that was a terrible joke and a terrible story. So here's another one. What's the fastest vegetable in the West? A runner bean. Oh dear. But yeah, there's also lots of different times when things were just terrible. Like the times when I used to go and buy some chips and always constantly miss the last bus home, and they have to run back literally to try and get this bus. If not, walk home for hours slightly drunk. But at least I used to catch late night SmackDown, of course. Now, here's another quick one for you. What monster fits on the end of your finger? The Bogeyman! Oh dear. Oh, goodness me. And of course, here's another joke for you. What do heroes put in drinks? Just ice. Right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed these weird and wonderful stories and a bit of stand-up and a bit of weird fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and please comment below and let me know if you had fun whilst watching. And if you want to see more Kitchen Comedy Club, let me know in the comments too. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. If you're new, please say hi and let me know your thoughts. It'd be great to know if you want to see more of these at least once a week. We come out with some jokes and some more true stories and some more weird facts. Thanks very much for watching and good night. Bye.